Hello, welcome to another RETS PRO video. This is going to be an introduction video to the X2CRM and how you can implement the free version of X2CRM on your WordPress website to work with your gravity forms, and a little bit about the CRM itself and why we choose this as a CRM for your real estate website. To begin with, it is a free enterprise CRM solution written in PHP that can be downloaded, installed inside your current WordPress website, and it can be tied into Gravity Forms. I did see something on GitHub for Ninja Forms and a couple of others. We use Gravity Forms, and we've got a YouTube video, if you'd like to check that one out as well, on how to integrate Gravity Forms into your X2CRM. A little bit about it. You're going to see pricing up here, and this is the thing that everybody gets confused on. They always say, oh, it's not free, but if you scroll all the way down to the very bottom, and I went too far, and this is it, the open source X2CRM. And then you're going to say, well, what is the difference? Well, you can go ahead and click on this open source packages, and you'll see that you can download it from SourceForge. You can also download it from GitHub. Down here, GitHub, SourceForge. And if you want to do a local, this is also great. What we do is install it. Typically, I grab it from GitHub and do an install. And there are some steps I'll just verbally tell you. You're going to install the GitHub version in PHP 7.1, do your installation, then do your upgrade, and then you can upgrade to PHP 7.2. I don't think it's currently compatible with 7.3 yet. That said, that's the steps that I go with. A little bit about what is the difference between the free version, you might ask, and the open source version. Literally nothing. This is the difference between it, is that they're going to give you support. They're going to help you do the setup. They have the Xflow templates, which you don't get. You have to make them by hand. The G Suite integrations, which you can do by manually yourself. And that's really about, they have a page builder if you're going to make a website out of this thing instead of a portal for your CRM. That said, everything else is actually over here in the open source. So you're going to go to GitHub, download it. It's a 7x version. By the time you get done with your upgrade, you'll be in a 8x version, and that's what you'll have. It'll automatically be prompting you to do upgrades in the future. So that's a little bit about that. And as far as the support, if you go and you do a Google for X2CRM videos, you're going to come to the video library, and that'll get you right here. Video training library is the page where on their website that has all of the video links for walking you through how any of these things are done. A couple of very handy ones if you're just getting set up, if you have agents and you're going to do lead routing. There are some things in here that are very important to follow. If you're going to do workflow designer, this is a good one right here. How do you do the workflow? Advanced workflow topics, workflow triggers. And I'm going to cover a little bit about some of these topics in this video. Just want to show you really quickly where is the support. So if you want to come over here, you can watch these videos, and this will get you going. And of course, I just want to make another point. A lot of the things that you're going to see in their videos are going to be from their old 7x version, and it's a lot more dated looking than their new 8x versions. Here's what we have right now. I'm going to go over to a live install on my demo site. And this is the 8x version. I have replaced their logo. You get to do that. You put your avatar. And I'm logged in currently as the admin. And I just want to talk a little bit about the dashboard. So as you can see, here's the dashboard. You can literally drag and drop everything everywhere on this thing. So you custom create what you want the way you want. You don't have to take anything the way it's delivered. You can literally modify the menu, what's in the menu drop downs, what's on your dashboard by simple edits and drag and drop, and you're good to go. If you don't like the colors, you can come over here to your profile. You can click on preferences. I'll just do that very quickly. And so you have preferences that allow you to change colors. Like I have, if you wanted to do something like dark, you can start with one of these dark themes, and then you can go ahead and customize it via all of the settings here, and you can add different module colors. You can set something here if you want to change it. Very intuitive, very customizable, rebrandable, and like I said, it's installed locally, not a cloud-based installation. So all my leads, all my information is literally right here on my domain name. Okay, so I'm going to switch it back to default to make it easy for the video. All right, so a little bit about that, and I do want to jump over here to the admin real quick and just show you some of the options here. A lot of people will say, what about user management? And so what you will do is you create a group called agents if you're going to have this as a broker company site, or if you're going to have this as a team member site and you want to have your agents or your team members. And this is where you're going to create groups, you're going to create roles, permissions for what they have access to in the menu and everything else. Similar to what you would do as a admin in WordPress for some of your subscribers, etc. Over here you have user interface settings. This is where you would upload your logo like I did here, etc. This is the most important part a lot of people have questions about. What about the web distribution leads and everything? And I will just tell you this, just to round this off, you can literally create any lead routing rule that you can imagine, including if the agent gets, you're going to send the agent a lead. If they don't respond in 30 minutes, go ahead and send it to the next one. Or if you have a lead that comes in that matches one of these cities or zip codes, then you can round robin between the agents that service that city or that zip code. Anything you can imagine is totally doable. There's no limits. None that I have found anyway. Process, workflow process, some other settings here. You can go in here and you can do studio customization. You can create a module. That's another great thing here. If you wanted to integrate something custom, this is all written in PHP. It's unencrypted if you're a developer. And so the possibilities are endless because of this. System settings, this is where you would come to do your update. You just click on this and it's a walkthrough on that as well. Okay, so that's a little bit about these things that are just, wanting to hit those topics that everybody asks us about. Let's see here. Under preferences, this is the other thing that everybody also asks us. Manage apps. Not only can you set your whole CRM up for yourself and for your agents to utilize your whatever settings that you want to set up on this, you can also set this up so that each of your agents, so each agent would be able to log in here, come over here, and they would be able to select from if they wanted to set up their own Amazon or Mandrill, Mailjet, Mailgun. Any of these are email sending for like bulk emails, etc. So like you wouldn't want to have your email reputation and IP get blacklisted because you let one of your agents send out a spam list on your Amazon SES or your Mandrill or something like that. So you would just tell your agent, hey, log in here under your own preference and create your own, go get your own and tie it in. And it also has Dropbox, LinkedIn, DocuSign. A lot of broker agent companies use DocuSign. Twilio is a phone number, third-party phone number account, so you can track your text and phone numbers. So you want to set up a special 800 number on a print ad and track your results. You want to use it for making phone calls, and I'm going to show you a little bit about that. Once you integrate your Twilio, as you can see I have, you can actually call from here, and that would be logged automatically to that contact. Another huge thing, Google integration. So if this agent would have Google Docs, Google Calendar, etc., those things are all in here. So there's not a lot of limits at all that we can find that in other words, if you go look at any other third-party paid enterprise CRM solution and say, oh, it's got this great feature, you can come back over here to X2CRM and I can pretty much guarantee you're going to find that that feature is already included here. There's some things that are super cool, such as if a contact is within so many mile radius of where you are, you can have this thing send you a text message. There's just so many cool things. I'm not going to be able to cover all of them in this video, but we're just going to touch on a couple of the important ones. Everybody says, what about web tracking? If I want to have somebody on my WordPress website, they fill out a form, I got their contact and information, how can I track what they're looking at? Well, I'm going to jump over here to Fingerprints and give you an explanation about this. You would just click on the funnel here, and there are all of your fingerprints from, and then of course this is something I also want to point out about the X2CRM. Every one of these boxes will typically have, if there are any columns within it, will have a column select. So if you say, well, where is this, and you don't see it in this column drop down, you can add it. If I wanted to add this one right here, it's going to add it right here. Now if I said, you know, I don't like it right here, I want to drag this over here, you can drag, everything is drag and drop. It is so cool. And then you can, once you've got all this stuff and you say, hey, I'm looking for somebody who has a specific fingerprint, etc., you can come over here and you can look for something in the sort by of each column. Very handy. And you can come over here and look at your anonymous contacts as well, and see who's been on your site from anonymously, trying to match IP addresses. You can look up IP addresses as well, look them up. And if you wanted to get geolocation, you can do that as well. Now, one of the things I want to quickly talk about on the fingerprint right here, when you set up your web tracker, all of the fingerprint, so you can see here it's screen, time zone, and it does actually include IP address and everything in here as well. And what you would do with this is you set this all up, and then when somebody comes to your website and they're on your website looking at listings and surfing your website for a few weeks, the moment that they actually fill out a contact form and become a lead, then all of their browser history is now attributed to their contact profile. So now you can see everything that they've been looking at for the last several weeks. And that's a really cool feature. I just want to point that out. And one of the other things that while I'm here is I'm going to go ahead and talk about that X2 workflow. So this is another big selling point of the X2 CRM. And I've put up a demo real quick just to give you guys an example. And like I said earlier, if you come over here to their video library and you look at their workflow, triggers and all that, that's going to give you the more in-depth version of what I'm fixing to show you. But I went ahead and set up one just to go ahead and show you what would happen if you got a web lead. Well, you get, what I have proposed in this is you have an email that would be an autoresponder. And once that email goes out, it's thank you for contacting us and everything here. And then we're going to say, okay, so what happens here? Did they open that? So you click here. Here's the conditional. Email opened. If they opened it, yes or no. And that's one of the other things about this particular CRM is it has the capability of tracking email opens, clicks, did they click on a link in the email, etc. So did they open it? If they didn't, let's just say they didn't, so we're going to go, okay, down here, we're going to wait, put in this, we're going to wait for 24 hours, and then after 24 hours, we're going to send them another email, and we're going to see, did they open this one? And after that 24 hours has expired, it's a yes or no. Did they open it? And if they did, create a record and go ahead and basically what this is going to do is emulate the same thing that you got going on up here. Now it's going to become a lead. So in the beginning, if they did open it, then you know that this is a real person and not a bot. Create a record. It's a lead. Update record. Add an attribute. Then we're going to come over here to create notification. Who's the notification going to go to? Put your message. And at the same time, it's just send me a notification that this has been done, and this is like so the update record, we're going to give this record a lead score now of 2, create a notification instantly. So all this is like bang, bang, bang. Now we're going to get to the part where we're going to assign the record, and you get your choices of anyone, agents, lead routing, whatever you're going to do. The more stuff that you add in the user groups and all that is going to show up as options for you. Send you a text message. Boom, I want them to send me a text message. This has been automatically assigned to me. Do I wait 24 hours to see if that agent is going to accept that lead, yes or no? And you can continue going down here and over here, did the agent accept it, etc. And this is just on and on. So you get to lead score, lead score, lead score, see who, you could say the agent did accept the lead and then send you another notification that they did. If they didn't, send you a notification saying they didn't. It is literally a if this then that. So just keep that in mind. If this then that. You can create all of this for managing leads, lead scores. You can even go ahead and set up another thing in here to follow up if let's just say a contact has not been on your website in 30 days, or let's say a contact hasn't been back to your website in 60 days. You can start off with a new trigger. There's a lot of these options in here. They haven't been to your website in 30 days or 60 days. Send them a follow-up. Hey, are you still interested? And then did they open the email? The whole thing. You can literally mass produce all of the automation for all of the marketing and follow up without having to physically do it yourself every time for every customer. Very important. So this is probably the most important asset for the X2CRM is total automation of all of your management needs. The other thing I want to talk about over here under the contacts is the ability to, this is a lead that you'll see in the other video for the gravity forms that came in. And you can click on this and you're going to see, here's all your options here. If you wanted to see the geolocation, view contact on the map, if I had the API tied in, it would actually show that as well, where the geolocation of where this contact came from. Edit contact. You can add social profile if you found them, if it wasn't part of what was scraped in here. Open email form. Now, one of the things that I do like, if you came over here and just to give you an example, when you mouse over the phone number, make a call. And then this is actually able to be logged, as you can see down here, log call. It would automatically, if I called them from this, it would automatically log that call down here. And super cool. So Twilio integration is a must if you want to do those types of things, make the calls from here. You got a headset on your computer. You want to do those, and then actions, comments, if you want to put a personal comment. All the things that you need from an enterprise CRM are all in here. Okay, so that's going to wrap up the basic overview and pitch of why you would want to use X2CRM. Again, it's 100% free, 100% rebrandable, customizable, and located on your domain, on your server, on your hosting platform. And if you have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment down below or join us in the forums.